I am Alex Rae and my dream team is going to be a 4-4-1-1 formation. The reason why I've chosen that is it's to complement the personnel throughout the team that I've picked. There's plenty of leaders, there's plenty of characters, and also there's plenty of match winners. So, and in goal, I'm going to go for Stefan Klos. Stefan was a fantastic goal stopper, shot stopper, an all-round organiser, and he was absolutely outstanding. And I was always remembering Stefan that I scored the winning goal for Scotland under 21s against him, so he really took that difficulty to handle, but overall he was an immense goalkeeper. At right back, I'm going for a fella called Chris Macon. Chris played with me at Sunderland and he was an amazing right back. He was an all-dynamic character, up and down the pitch. He used to shoot from everywhere as well, and he was a really hardy right back. But he must have been very hard because me and him, my last ever game at Millwall, the two of us came to fisticuffs, and unfortunately I beat him. So anyway, I've put him in the team just because he was a hardy fella. At the right centre back, I'm going for Steve Bold. Steve Bold's leadership qualities, organisation, and desire to win shone through, and that's one of the reasons why he was one of the Arsenal back four, had the famous back four that 1-0 to the Arsenal. But he was an amazing guy, and I can understand why Arsene Wenger has now chosen him to be his assistant manager at Arsenal. At left centre back, I've gone for Julian Lescott. Julian was all a young lad at Wolves with me, and he had a lovely left foot, a leader. He was always in the front running with myself for Player of the Year, so it shows he was a decent player. But his qualities were fantastic, and he was fortunate enough to win the league with Manchester City, and he's an England international. At left back, I've chosen to go with Dennis Irwin. Dennis is one of the most decorated English Premiership players of all time, due to the fact he won 19 medals for Manchester United. He was a phenomenal player, great qualities, free kick expert, and also a tremendous defender, and a very humble guy, but one of the best I've played with. At right midfield, I've gone for Nicky Summerby. Nicky Summerby was one of these wingers that would just get half a yard and cross the ball into the box. He was second to David Beckham for assists 2 years in a row, and he was the supply force for Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn. A great lad as well, and one of my good friends to this day. In the centre of the park, I've gone for Paul Ince. Now, Paul Ince and I used to really have few chosen words. Disliked each other, didn't like what we stood for, and hated each other basically. And then he joined Wolves, and I seen the qualities that he had, and vice versa. And he was a leader of men, and captained his country many times. And when he came to Wolves, he was part of the reason why we got promotion into the Premiership, and then also the leader qualities in the Premiership. He was a tremendous asset, and still a good friend. And the other midfield berth, I've gone for Paul Gascoigne. Now, I never actually played with Paul Gascoigne, other than when I was playing for the Priory Rounders team. I'm saying basketball there. The Rounders team. Paul and I running around the Priory grounds when we were going through our troubled times was a sight to behold, and his football ability speaks for himself. But not a lot of people know this. He was instrumental in helping me get over my troubled times, and I'm indebted to him for the rest of my days. So, just for his camaraderie as well. Some of the stories about Paul Gascoigne are infamous, and he was just a great guy and amazing fella. On the left hand side of midfield, I've gone for Shota Arveladze. When I was at Rangers with Shota, I'd done a piece in one of the newspaper articles saying that he was technically one of the best players I'd ever played for, and he came back and thanked me for that. But I was genuine when I said his ability was phenomenal. I think Shota scored over 300 league and cup games goals, which is absolutely remarkable when you consider, he was playing left-sided midfield for Rangers, and technically he was amazing, and he's a Georgian hero. So, and he spoke 5 languages. We used to try and teach me some French and Italian and things, so he had many strings to his ball, but Shota was one of the guys that was amazing. In the hole, I've gone for Teddy Sheringham. Teddy and I played together at Millwall, and Teddy scored 38 goals. I scored 13 goals my first season at Millwall. However, what I will say about Teddy is, technically, he was as good as anything I've ever played with. He was phenomenal. The amount of goals he laid into my path, and the different variations of goals he scored, heading, left, right, he was technically amazing. He went on to score that famous winning goal in the Champions League for Manchester United, and we still play golf and that together in the Algarve, so he was a remarkable player, and still a good friend. But one of the best finishers I've ever played with was Kevin Phillips. Kevin Phillips came into football late on and became my golf buddy as well, so he was amazing. If you take into consideration that he scored 30 league goals in a team that finished 7th, it's only been done by 4 or 5 guys to date. So when you consider he scored 30 goals, it was remarkable. He used all different types of goals, from outside the box, inside the box. He was great in the air as well, and just amazing. So that 4-4-1-1, I think that would be as good a team to take on anybody, and that's why I've chosen to go with them fellas.